The Golden State Valkyries didn't just beat the Las Vegas Aces, they kicked their whole ass. 68-95. The Las Vegas Aces can only score 68 points with the squad that they have. What is going on in Las Vegas?
The Las Vegas Aces, once favored to repeat as champions, just got blown out by 27 points by the Golden State Valkyries. Meanwhile, former star Kelsey Plum is thriving with the LA Sparks, averaging 25.2 points per game, and probably laughing all the way to the bank.
All right, I got to give a shout out to Golden State Valkyries because boy, did they put an ass whooping on Vegas. Boy. And I'm not talking about some 15-point win. No, this is a 4-quarter, 27-point spanking in front of a sold-out crowd in Golden State. Vibes was immaculate. Love this.
But here's the kicker. While everyone keeps crowning A'ja Wilson as the untouchable queen of the league, the Aces are unraveling faster than a house of cards. And maybe, just maybe, Kelsey Plum was the glue holding this so-called dynasty together.
On paper, they should be kicking everybody's ass. Literally everybody. Like, A'ja Wilson put the entire Aces on her back and is doing everything she can to help her team, and it's just not going anywhere.
The numbers don't lie. No matter how the narrative spins it, the Aces just suffered their worst loss since 2023, getting crushed 95-68 by an expansion team that should be learning to walk, not running title contenders off the court. But this isn't just a bad night. It's a full-blown system failure, and it started the moment Kelsey Plum walked out the door.
Lost a lot, okay? And so I was like, yeah, we gotta wait. Give him time. But we didn't set uphill and lost by damn near 30 to an expansion team. Come on now.
Remember when the Aces traded Kelsey Plum to the Sparks in that blockbuster 3-team deal? Everyone treated it like business as usual, like they weren't giving up a 3-time All-Star and key piece of back-to-back championships. A'ja Wilson even brushed it off with an "it is what it is," calling it just business. Well, guess what? Business is about winning. And right now, the Aces are failing at exactly that.
Our interest in the Valkyries, whatever you want to say, like, if anything, even if it's just a passing interest, there are people that are interested in the Valkyries. And they destroyed the Aces. I mean this when I say this. The Aces, I've never seen the Aces look this bad before, and the Valkyries are for real. They're 3-5 on the season, but they play so hard, and I don't mean they're for real in the fact like they can compete, because they can't compete.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe, because here's the real story. The Aces got comfortable. They assumed plugging in Jewel Lloyd would keep everything running smoothly. They believed A'ja Wilson's individual brilliance would be enough. They were wrong, dead wrong. Kelsey Plum wasn't just putting up numbers. She was the heartbeat of that team. Even Wilson admitted it. Plum was the tough, vocal leader who showed up in every moment, on and off the court. In the locker room, she spoke her mind. On the floor, she did whatever it took. That's not a role player. That's a cornerstone. And the Aces are learning the hard way what happens when you lose one.
Team with 28 points, 6 3-pointers, and 8 assists. She has been on a tear to start the season. I'm low-key surprised she has been mentioned in MVP talks. Granted, Nafisa Collier is my pick to win MVP, but I definitely think Kelsey Plum should get some love in that.
Let's break down the disaster against the Valkyries. A'ja Wilson, allegedly the superstar, put up just 17 points on 5 of 13 shooting. Jackie Young scored only 8, hitting 1 of 6 from the field. Jewel Lloyd, the player they brought in to replace Kelsey Plum, managed a miserable 6 points on 1 of 8 shooting. This is what championship DNA looks like. This is what a dynasty produces. Coach Becky Hammon was so fed up she called the team out publicly. "I'm not going to coach effort. It's the one thing I can't deal with. You're in charge of your effort." When a coach has to question heart and hustle, it's not about talent. It's about culture. And the player who anchored that winning culture, the one they traded away.
I think that's the first time in your tenure in Las Vegas. Has there been a common denominator, a similarity between those games? The one was in Seattle, I believe.
Yeah. Following people around defensively, being really soft mentally, just letting people come out and punk us, hit us, grab us, and us whining instead of buckling down and saying like, okay, that's what's going to be, then let's go.
and I told them in there, I said, we have effort has to come from your heart. The schemes, the discipline, the habits, that's your head. And right now, we not only have a heart issue, but it's letting us affect our head issue. But I'm not going to coach effort. It's just one thing I can't deal with. You're in charge of your effort. I guess I'm in charge of your playing time, so that's the one way I can affect it. But I've never been a coach to pull for mistakes, but I will pull for effort.
Becky, on Morris Phillips Sports Radio Service, you talked about missed shots offensively. They packed the paint. You didn't make them pay.
The Aces trailed by 21 at halftime and never recovered, giving up 95 points to a team still learning how to be a professional basketball organization. The 27-point loss was their worst since a 38-point blowout by the Liberty in August 2023. But here's what makes it even more embarrassing. That 2023 loss came when A'ja Wilson was held to just 9 points. At least then, there was an excuse. This time, Wilson had 17, and they still got smoked. While the Aces are struggling with effort and getting torched by expansion teams, Kelsey Plum is thriving in LA. In her Sparks debut, she dropped 37 points, a WNBA record for a season opener. She went 11 of 19 from the field and didn't miss a single free throw.
Kelsey Plum won't never come out loud and sit here and say she happy to be the number one dog, not be able to drive her own car at her own speed. But you could tell in her body language that she was absolutely happy to be able to do what she want out on the floor and just really get to her spots, really run her team the way she want to. And she showed you she can be a lead dog. 37 points for your first debut as a LA Spark, man. Hats off to Kelsey Plum.
But it wasn't just the scoring. Kelsey Plum became the first player in WNBA history to post at least 35 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals in a single game. That's not just a great performance. That's making history while her former team is busy making excuses. And the best part, she did it against the Valkyries, the same team that just demolished the Aces, the same team that made Becky Hammon question her players' effort and heart. Meanwhile, Plum showed up and showed out, proving that sometimes a change of scenery reveals just how much you were being held back. The Sparks hoped Plum would revive their stagnant offense. She's done that and more. She's averaging 25.2 points and 5.5 assists per game, shooting 43.4% from deep. Those aren't just good numbers. Those are MVP caliber stats from a player Vegas once treated like a complimentary piece.
Hasn't yet translated into overall success for the LA Sparks. Not seeing as many wins as we'd assume with the amount of stats that she's putting up. I mean, she is exactly what the Sparks needed. She's able to read the floor, make plays, also being a very consistent offensive force, and she's Kelsey Plum. And so after ESPN's article came out, the conversation around MVP and Kelsey Plum have been sort of happening at the same time. With a lot of people saying that while it may be way too early, Kelsey Plum is currently leading.
Here's the uncomfortable truth. A'ja Wilson is being exposed. For years, she got most of the credit for titles Kelsey Plum helped deliver. Now, with Plum gone and Wilson as the clear number one, the cracks are showing. She's been held under 20 points in 4 of the last 5 games, already more than all of last season. The stats are slipping, but the eye test is worse. Wilson looks like she's forcing it, trying to carry a team that no longer has championship depth. The Aces are 4-3 and getting blown out. This isn't leadership. It's damage control. Wilson once said, "It wasn't a championship locker room." But if you're the leader, the face of the franchise, that culture is on you.
Had, our rookie from last year, okay, Kate Martin, the Iowa girl, you know what I'm talking about, who rolled in this thing with Caitlin, you know what I'm talking about? When she was coming on our bench last year, she was the Valkyrie, okay? And she had more boards with 7 than the best player in the world had with 6, okay? Also, Kate Martin, to make it even worse, had more points by her damn self than Jackie Young and Jewel Lloyd put together. Kate had 12. Them girls together had 9. The hell is going on?
The basketball gods have a sense of humor. On June 11, the Aces host the Sparks, and Kelsey Plum returns to Vegas for the first time as an opponent. Earlier this season, she got the tribute video, standing ovation and hugs. But this time, she's not just a former teammate. She's the leader of a team playing better than the one she left. Plum's averaging more points than Aja Wilson and leading with confidence. Asked about life in LA, she joked DoorDash is better. Meanwhile, the Aces are dealing with blowouts and effort problems. She moved on. Vegas is still figuring out what they lost.
With the Wings, and even when she played with the Sparks, like, she is one of them bully ball. Ooh, like she just plays so strong, so aggressive on the defensive end, on the offensive end, making those dives for the loose ball, like just using her body to its fullest capacity. But I do love the way that Kelsey Plum helped spread the floor, because Derek Harvey really didn't have to go in the paint and really do a bunch of even though she did get a double-double, but she didn't have to do crazy Mama D type of banging. And because like last year to get the Sparks to win games, Mama D was down that thing putting in the work. She had to put on her hard hat.
One of them. She now plays for the LA Sparks after playing 6 seasons with the Las Vegas Aces. And while it's super early into the season, I mean, it's only been 2 weeks, Kelsey Plum has been thriving in LA. She's currently averaging 25.2 points per game, currently the second highest in the league, followed only by Nafisa Collier. She also has a career best 5.5 assists per game. And while Kelsey's success hasn't yet translated into overall success for the LA Sparks, not seeing as many wins as we'd assume with the amount of stats that she's putting up, I mean, she is exactly what the Sparks needed. She's able to read the floor, make plays, also being a very consistent offensive force, and just, I mean, she's Kelsey Plum. And so after ESPN's article came out, the conversation around MVP and Kelsey Plum have been sort of happening at the same time, with a lot of people saying that while it may be way too early, Kelsey Plum is